As hard to believe as it might be, Christmas 2026 is right around the corner. We are now in the latter half of August. Within the month, we're going to be seeing some cooler temperatures. We'll be starting to hunker down for winter, and we'll be shifting our focus from fans and air conditioners to the Christmas display. It's a little bit early still. We're going to be throwing a couple Christmas videos in here and there. Mostly some checkouts from some of the stuff I've acquired over the course of the year. I have 2 boxes of stuff to go through. And then in October, we will start sifting through the decorations that we use that have been used in the past and we have places for. We'll start organizing the electrical situation, and then in November, probably about halfway through November is when it lights the house, and the goal is to be done by the end of November so that we have December as a whole to enjoy the setup, because this is such a production over here. If you don't get the whole 2 months of enjoyment, you don't get your value out of all the time you put into it. It's hundreds and hundreds of hours that goes into this, from the initial unpacking of the boxes to actually putting the stuff out. It's a tremendous operation. I tried to show a good amount of it last year. I was fairly successful in showing a lot of what goes on, but not everything. There were some massive problems last year with life. Lots of problems. I got very sick towards the end of last year. There's some other things that were going on, and that kind of screwed up the timeline and my ability to get everything done. So a lot of it ended up kind of getting rushed, and some of it wasn't filmed. So I'm hoping that this year, although there's still problems, I'm hoping that this year I'll be able to film just about everything so you can really see what goes on from start to finish, because it's crazy and it's a tremendous amount of work. So you can start to expect a handful of Christmas videos, maybe 1 or 2 a week in August, and then more in September and progressively. So starting with a checkout of something I acquired this year, we have a pair of window candles, and these are kind of unique because these candles appear to be solar powered, which is kind of unique in the sense of, it's nice if you have a south-facing window, but if you don't have a south-facing window, then the usefulness of this is certainly diminished. So these were made in China. I haven't seen a sticker like that in a long time. Back in the 90s and the 2000s, everything had those stickers on it. I haven't seen one in a long time. It says made in China in the plastic, and then in the other orientation it says flick off on. Whatever the heck that means. So these don't seem to work at the moment. I did hold them up to some UV emitting lights, and they did not charge up, so we'll need to open this up and take a look at the battery compartment. I have a bad feeling that this is some crazy button cell battery type contraption that we're not going to have replacements for on hand. Or maybe it's an AAA cell. I hope it's an AAA cell, but I don't think so. Okay, well, with all the screws removed, it still has no interest in coming apart. Brilliant. This is too thick. Oh, it is an AA cell, or an AAA cell. Okay. And, all right. So it looks like this might have corroded or something happened and it just broke off. It's a nickel cadmium battery, 200 milliamps, AAA, the cell. So it's a pretty low capacity battery. And this is probably just some cheap generic like solar type charging circuitry. Well, we're gonna have to cut this battery out of here because it's not a easily replaceable type apparatus. Unfortunately, this is a disposable product, which I don't like. I'm gonna see if I can cut this off and keep some of the length on the wire, because that would be helpful. Huh. That's interesting. So the entire battery is the negative terminal. So why was it soldered at this random point as opposed to being soldered, you know, down here or up there or something like that? The soldering is really shoddy. All right, what we'll do is, we know that the black is the negative. Strip this back, and I'll go get a rechargeable AAA battery that I know is charged up. We just lost half the strands of that. And we'll just stick the battery on there to see if this is in working order. Here's a AAA rechargeable of the battery. So if we stick that on there and that on there, we should get operational. Put it to on, and it's working. And it's actually a very nice, pleasant color. Kind of looks like a dim, frosted nightlight bulb. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a kind of cheesy orange LED type thing, but that's actually quite reasonable. I'm not sure if that's bright enough to really be visible from the road well, but that's actually looks pretty decent. All right, let's switch it to flick. So I think it meant flicker, as in like a flickering flame, but we didn't get the ER, we just got flick. And that's a pretty typical LED flicking simulator. Alright, so this one works, it just needs a new battery. Cancel that out. Let's see if this one's the same. It probably is. I'm not going to replace the batteries in these just yet because I don't have an immediate use for these. I kind of picked them up just for the novelty of the design. I thought it was pretty clever. I do have some south-facing windows in this house, but they're mostly under overhang, which is the way houses should be built. But it's not going to be effective with this, so I have to think about where we're going to use these. Yeah, great soldering job. I'll cut this one back too. I suppose the other element of impracticality here is that in the wintertime, at least in this region, the sun exposure is pretty limited. So I wonder if this would actually get a full charge successfully, especially if we happen to have a series of cloudy days. You know, would this really be reliable? So it's a pretty cool concept. I've never seen something like this before. But in terms of practicality, I don't know how practical it would really be. So this one seems to be working as well. I think with the new batteries Oh, this one, is it working on flick? Yes, it is. Alright, so these both are working. Likely just need some new batteries to be fully functional again. But I'm going to hold off on replacing the batteries for now until I determine if I have a use case for these. But I'm going to have to solder in the batteries. I don't want to burn through two rechargeable batteries for no reason. Rechargeable batteries are, they're not egregiously expensive, but they're not as cheap as they used to be. And we need all the rechargeable batteries we can get around here at Christmas time, because we have a lot of stuff that uses batteries. The rechargeable batteries is a dilemma I run into at Christmas time, because I want to buy the rechargeable ones because they're a better investment, they're more ecologically and economically sound. But then I buy all these rechargeable batteries and I don't use them throughout the course of the year because I only need a few batteries throughout the year, and then they end up spoiling because they just sit unused. So it's kind of a conflicting item I have as to whether or not I should be buying a whole bunch of rechargeable batteries, especially the D-cell batteries, like for the luminar candles. I'll only use a handful of those on a regular basis, but at Christmas time I use 10 or 12 of them in the living room, so I need a lot more. But does it make sense to buy all the rechargeable batteries just for 2 months of operation? But anyways, here's some unique window candles. I don't know what the brand is. Doesn't specify anything besides made in China and flick and on. They work, we just need some new batteries.